Hello everyone. Now here is something that really got me thinking. Now in the book of Job, Job is going through the darkest valley of his life, and Eliphaz, his friend, decides it's time to speak up. And at first it sounds pretty comforting. He says things like, "Job, you've helped so many people. Now let me help you." But then he drops the real message when he says, "Who that was innocent has ever perished." In other words, Job, come on, bad things don't happen to good people. You must have done something to deserve this. And I don't know about you, but I've heard that same logic before. This idea that if you're suffering, you're being punished. That God only ever blesses the good and strikes down the wicked. In other words, if something is wrong in your life, it must be because something is wrong with you. But here's the twist. Eliphaz is wrong. He's trying to defend God's justice, but in the process, he's misrepresenting God's heart. Because not all suffering is punishment. Sometimes it's testing. Sometimes it's spiritual warfare. Sometimes it's just life in a broken world, or even poor decision making on your part. At the end of the book, God tells Eliphaz, "You have not spoken the truth about me." So, what do we learn from this? Well, be careful how you talk to hurting people. Be careful not to speak for God when He hasn't spoken. And don't assume suffering means guilt, because Job was in the fire, but he wasn't being punished. Thank you all for watching, and please subscribe to help me spread the good news of Jesus Christ.